Honorable guests, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. This is Tom from K-Commerce. By my side is my partner Mandy. Warm welcome for your arrival to our webinar on China with chemical industry.
Hello everyone, this is Mandy. It's my pleasure to share some research results with you through this opportunity.
Today's webinar will last about 30 minutes. We will have three main themes. Number one, analysis of impact of COVID-19 on China's agrochemical industry in the first half of 2022. Number two, overseas and substitute markets, the future direction of Chinese Paraquat enterprises. Number three, will China's agrochemical industry face the same energy crunch as 2021? For the first topic, we might track by why we have to face it. As COVID-19 has been proved being the main key influence towards every aspect on our lives. In the first half of 2022, a quite important city in China has been hit strongly by pandemic.
Yes, Shanghai, one of the most prosperous cities in China, the major port of China export, got locked down for the pandemic. COVID-19 disrupted the pesticide logistics and shipment nationwide, especially in the East China region in Q1 2022. The impact continues to last year Q2 2022.
It turned out to be a negative influence on China export situation. Many industry professionals have been concerned about the impact to the supply chain then. Let's see the pesticide supply in the first quarter of 2022. In fact, production in eastern China goes well, with only sporadic cases of COVID-19 infections. The major pesticide-producing provinces, such as Jiangsu, Shandong, Zhejiang, and Anhui, obtained a year-on-year increase on outputs. The issue occurred in duration of logistics and shipment.
Correct. On manufacturer side, duration of domestic transportation has been extended by 7 to 10 days, mainly because, number one, some roads were closed and drivers had to take detours. Number two, drivers or related staff needed to conduct nucleic acid tests. Number three, manufacturers needed permission to travel across the region.
And on port side, duration of customs application in port is extended by at least 3 to 7 days, mainly because, firstly, in the first quarter 2022, pesticide manufacturers in East China shipped their cargoes to Ningbo Port and Ningbo Zhoushan Port instead of Shanghai Port. Many goods from East China were delayed in Ningbo Port and Ningbo Zhoushan Port. Secondly, pesticide manufacturers had to spend at least more 3 days in Ningbo Port and Ningbo Zhoushan Port for customs application in COVID-19 control period than that before. Thirdly, all related personnel are required to show negative 48-hour valid nucleic acid test and 24-hour antigen test report at port entry.
Following, we can see the delay on destination lasts 2 to 7 days.
The situation seemed not positive on the supply chain. However, Chinese government has taken policy to improve the situation.
Yes, we could see from the table that, to prevent the situation from getting worse, key policy has been executed. Number one, resumption of express services previously halted due to COVID-19. Number two, Lift lockdowns of rural areas. Number 3. Exemption from value-added tax for express enterprises in May 1 to December 31. Number 4. Nationwide travel permits with quick application and issuance. Number 5. Free COVID-19 nucleic acid testing for truck drivers during transport. These policies have taken effort, obviously. The traffic resumes in 23 provinces in China.
On the road transportation price index in China, since the pandemic happened 2 years ago, the transportation cost in China has shown an upward trend. The causal factors of the rise in transportation costs include: firstly, as the pandemic struck Shanghai in the first quarter of 2022, transportation restrictions were imposed in many regions. Secondly, trucks transported less goods in one journey than before under stricter transportation inspection. Thirdly, transportation was subject to longer route and hour to destinations, and drivers require higher pay, along with other unforeseeable factors. On international shipment, China containerized freight index saw a year-on-year increase in the first quarter of 2022, and the cost of international shipment also surged. In recent years, the COVID-19 pandemic further depressed the supply of containers. In the first quarter 2022, Shanghai port was mostly not available to export due to the surge infection resurgence in the city. Lots of goods are transferred to Ningbo port and Ningbo Zhoushan port for exportation instead. Imbalance in export volumes at different ports led to a tight supply of containers and a further increase in international shipment costs.
Thank you, Tom. Do you know what pesticide product is repeatedly banned and repealed in countries like Malaysia and Thailand?
Well, Mandy, that is, I shall confirm, is a question to me. Which one? Could you please tell me?
Paraquat.
Okay. I know the reason. Because of objections from farmers who cannot find better alternatives. In Southeast Asia, there is rigid demand for Paraquat, where weeds spread fast in rainy season.
Yes, you are right. That's one of the reasons market demand for Paraquat has remained quite stable, although many countries have banned its use.
So could you tell us what other reasons are there?
There are two other reasons for stability. Number 1, cost effectiveness of Paraquat products has become prominent against price surges of other non-selective herbicides like glyphosate, glufosinate ammonium, and dicord. Raw material for Paraquat production are coal-based, prices of which have increased by a smaller degree. Number 2, the U.S. has exempted additional duties on Paraquat products from China. Besides, pesticide application by drones is allowed in the U.S. These two factors have stimulated its demand for Paraquat.
Oh, now it's clear. Thank you, Mandy. Do you know how many manufacturers in China are producing Paraquat?
So far this year, only 6 domestic producers have their Paraquat lines in operation.
What? Only 6?
Yeah, globally Paraquat capacity is around 67,500 tons per year, but overall operating rate is not high.
Well, I suppose it has a lot to do with COVID-19, right?
Yes, you're right. Syngenda's 10,000 tons per year abroad has cut down production due to COVID situation.
As far as I'm concerned, I remember the Nanjing Red Sun is one of the largest exporters of paraquat in China, right?
That's true. This month, CCM learned from Nanjing Red Sun that its paraquat export volume in Q1 2022 was much the same as the amount exported in the same period last year. And Nanjing Red Sun still believes that paraquat, a non-selective, broad-spectrum contact herbicide, holds huge advantage over other herbicides since it is cheap, fast, and effective, rain-resistant and harmful to roots. Deactivated in soil and thus popular among farmers. Overall, paraquat export volume from China in Q1 this year is estimated to experience a year-on-year dip.
Thanks, Mandy. But China's paraquat still has a future in overseas markets. That will not stop domestic paraquat producers from looking for growth opportunities in paraquat substitute markets.
Yes, Chinese paraquat producers are accelerating their pace in building up capacity for substitute to paraquat. Beyond their competing with each other for more shares in overseas paraquat markets. With similar chemical properties, Dicor is the main alternative to paraquat. As prices of glufosinate, ammonia, and glyphosate are at a high level, Dicor stand out with better cost effectiveness.
Oh, and then I suppose Nanjing Red Sun are producing Dicor as well.
Yes, Nanjing Red Sun projects a promising future for Dicor products. Its patented product Dicor dicoride, with high efficacy and low cost, is a competent challenger to paraquat and Dicor dicoride. The company has been spinning up overseas registration of this product with core competitiveness, aiming to fill the void left by paraquat.
So except Nanjing Red Sun, is there any other producer of Dicor dichromate in China?
At present, other major Dicor dichromat producers in China are Syngenda's Nantong Crop Protection, Weifang Lüba Chemical, and Yangnong Bioscience Limited.
Thank you, Mandy. So, is there any more Dicor information about these manufacturers you could share with our audience?
Yeah, Dicor dichromat products has become a big contributor to Nanjing Red Sun's profit growth in 2021. Meanwhile, the company would actually develop Dicor dicoride business. And by the end of 2022, its Dicor dicoride capacity is expected to reach 30,000 tons per year. In addition, Yangnong Bioscience to see big jump in Dicor technical capacity as well.
Thanks very much, Mandy. Now we are clear about overseas and substitute markets, the direction of Chinese paraquat and the prices.
Let's move on to the last topic. Will China's agrochemical industry face the same energy crunch as 2021? Tom, do you remember last year the electricity registration resulted to more than 10 provinces experience power shortage and production shutdown in middle September 2021?
Yes, especially when the wind generated power fragmented in many places of the northeast China. The local power faced a serious supply shortfall, leading to the governmental implementation of electricity restrictions to ensure safe operation of power networks.
Yeah, since June this year, the pandemic has eased in certain regions, resulting in a peak of production and work resumption. Has the Chinese government issued any policy on this?
In light of the 2021 wide-ranging electricity restriction, the State Council declared on 11th May then that local departments must ensure energy supply. According to the package of policies, measures to promote energy projects will be taken as follows. Number 1, approve and commence the construction of major projects in the energy generation sectors in accordance with producers, including power station projects, coal power projects, and extra high voltage transmission channels. Number 2, accelerate the construction of large-sized wind power and photovoltaic stations in sand areas, rocky areas, and deserts. Number 3, steadily push forward the preliminary research and design optimization of hydropower projects, such as the Jingsha River project, which is at the headwater streams of Yangtze River, and Longpan project, which is in Lijiang of Yunnan province. Number 4, coordinate land, forestry, grass, and water resources in large-scale power stations. Number 5, accelerate the cross-provincial power grid projects such as Zhangbei, which is in Zhangjiakou City of Hebei province, to Shengli, which is in Urimbir City of Inner Mongolia, and Sichuan to Chongqing power grid engineering, as well as Longdong, which is in Gansu province, to Shandong, and Jingshan, which is the upstream region of Jingshan River, to Hubei high voltage direct current transmission project.
This shows that the Chinese government attached great attention to avoid the negative impact to this issue, right?
Yes. Notably, on the 1st July, the Baihetan to Jiangsu ultra high voltage direct current power transmission project, a major project of China's west to east power transmission program, completed construction and started operation. The project can deliver more than 30 billion kWh of clean electricity annually, especially promoting the green transportation of energy in Jiangsu province. And on 7th June, NDRC General Office and NEA Comprehensive Department jointly issued a notice of further promoting involvement of new energy storage in the electricity market and in power dispatching. The document calls for establishment of a market mechanism taking into consideration to the participation of energy storage, improvement of power dispatching, and management mechanism through use of energy storage technology, and encourages improvement of new energy storage in national electricity market and better utilization of energy stored. In the process, market-oriented price strategy must be followed, and reasonable profits from energy storage programs guaranteed. All this aimed at facilitating healthy development of the energy storage industry.
Thank you, Tom. From this policy issued by the government, we will not encounter power shortage impact like last year, but we are advocated for rational power consumption, power conservation, and off-peak power use, so as to ensure orderly power consumption. So I think the energy crunch is less likely to happen this year. So far, we have introduced all relevant topics. If you have any questions for us, please feel free to leave a message or email to services@kchemical.com. That leads us to the end of today's webinar. We are gonna wrap up here. KCHEMICAL is providing various reports related to heat topics and products, such as outlook for China glyphosate market 2022 to 2026, situation of China's pesticide trade with Ukraine and Russia. Please contact us to get more useful intelligence. See you next time. Bye.
Thanks for your attention. See you.